That's what the side chat is for.
I don't know what it is about it. I just like it. They're real thin. The metal, I mean, look at it. It's like an AK magazine. That's the thing. The metal is integrated into the polymer.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
it's got
Right.
just,
those metal
it's,
lips.
yeah,
That's nice.
it's really in there, and they do it at the base too. So I think, but this is one of those opaque ones, kind of. I love this one. These are
The
like 18
smoke
bucks. You can't
and
get them.
the smoked and the opaque ones were back ordered on the
Yeah,
link that we had posted the other day. But I was definitely looking into getting, like I was saying, 2 times the amount, so get 12 of them of the foliage green ones.
I like the foliage green ones.
Because
So,
if
This
I
one,
ever do get
you know
a,
what?
what do you call it? If I ever get the 300 blackout or the 458 SOCOM or whatever, I'll have enough of the other mags that would be specifically for that model, where there's not going to be any confusion.
yeah, I get you.
So,
They're just nice magazines. They're a lot of people swear by them. I love them. And I've never they tend to drop free really well, and
are those more expensive than a PMAC? And if so, how much?
usually they're like 15 bucks all the time,
Well, that'd be the same as a PMAC.
but you can get them for 12 to 13 bucks if you just get the opaque
Hey,
ones. So they are almost
yeah, I
exactly
know
the
that
same.
that link that I first posted at the very top at 10:25 a.m. My time. That's going to be the actual one for the Lancer mags themselves for the deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that deal, even without going for a best offer, it's $8.90 a magazine with free shipping.
And it only goes through the third, though. That was the other thing they sent me in the email
Oh,
this morning was,
they,
oh, and the deal's only good through the third. So
yeah. All they have in
I
stock is
kind of got
black.
to.
Yeah, the black, the foliage green, and I think the real dark green. I might go with the black ones. What I wanted to do is I want to paint them. I want to Duracoat them, and then turn around and sell them to whoever's interested, for like 20, 22 bucks or something. That way I can recoup a
That's
little
custom,
money. And
custom mag.
it is a custom mag, man. The Gun Channel Special.
Can you
You
guys hear
know
that sound?
what?
And if you can, tell me what you think
What's
it
the
is.
All right, what?
He's taking a peek.
Can you hear a sound? And if so, what do you think it is?
drip coffee maker? I don't know. I saw the Folgers earlier.
Waiting on it. Hold on.
Ah, now you're cheating. Here, I'll move it away from the coffee maker.
Can
Anytime's a
anybody
good
smell
time to vote.
gas?
Well, this is the
Can
thing too,
anybody
Ken.
smell gas?
I think on Botash right now you can buy PMags. I know for sure they're under 1150 for for either Gen 2 or Gen 3. I think they're like 11 bucks or 10.98 or something.
You know, other than the Gen 3 fitting some guns that I don't have and don't perceive having, I don't know of any reason why I would really
Oh,
want the Gen 3, other than they're the only ones they'll be making.
hey, look at
Well, the
that.
window, right?
Here's one of the
Gentry's
ones
got the window.
this one I didn't skull job up, but I did a pretty good camo job on. This was a OD green one, I think. But I spent a lot of time camoing this one up. It looks like geese on there, doesn't it?
I do have a Gen 2 that does have a window, so I'm not sure when that started.
Let's see.
I like
This
my
would be
Lancer
the-
mag. I got 2 of these, but I gave one away in a YouTube giveaway, and I regret that.
Yeah, they just
Oh,
are
nice.
solid magazines, man. I
They're
really
awesome.
like them. They are awesome magazines.
It seems like the steel mags that I have purchased over the years have been the mistakes that I have made in magazine buying. Back after Sandy Hook and everything was starting to go crazy and you couldn't find a 30 round magazine anywhere, or P mags were going for $50 and whatnot, I found some of those CMMG, or no, excuse me, Kamenga steel mags, and I ended up paying like 29 bucks a piece for them, like an idiot.
Damn.
And
See
then
that?
The Elander ones I picked up on a deal not too long ago, but now I've watched Mr. Guns and Gear do a review on them, and I haven't had a chance to get them to the range yet. And he's like, they are not dropping free.
Dude, I bought
They're
a Palmetto State one the
they're
other
not even
day.
going all the way.
I have a Palmetto State one I picked up at my local. Oh no, this is a Seed Products one. But that's the problem with GI mags. There's like 18 companies making them, and you
Right.
don't know which ones are better than the other ones. Where if you get a Lancer mag, you know it's a Lancer mag.
And
Yeah,
made in America, right?
You know it's a P mag. With GI mags,
Yeah.
you don't know what you're getting.
The metal mags are kind of like potato chips. Anybody can make one.
I do the paracord lanyard at the bottom. You guys do that?
Now I got some Magpul, whatchamacallits.
Oh, he's an operator.
So you take the middle out of the cord, and then you just make a loop and burn it in a circle, and then all mine have it.
Hey, Dano,
That's
there's some Gen 2 P-Mags if you're
Iraq.
interested.
That's what the guys in Iraq do, motherfucker.
Yeah,
how
all
much are they
those,
selling
all the
for
name
mags?
brand, all the name brand GI mags like the DPMS and the Colt and who else makes them? I don't know, but they're $20 every time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
Okay.
it is funny that way. You're like, come on. And you know what I never see, which I wouldn't mind? I'd love to see some 20-round aluminum mags for like $8, and I would
So
buy
light.
one.
That'd be so light.
I never find the aluminum GI mags, and I don't understand why a P mag that's 20 rounds is $14. How can
Right
how
there,
can that be
$12.
$14?
Oh, yeah.
If you buy 3, you get them for $12.30, and I'm
Even
sure.
Well, I'm so cheap, I don't want to buy 3 of them. I just want like 2 more for 20.
Oh,
Oh, I bought 2 just for, so I can, when I'm shooting from a table, the magazine doesn't get in the way.
right.
Otherwise, I really don't need 20 rounders except for that.
I only have one 20 rounder, and it's the one that sits in the well in the safe.
I got this one 10 rounder. I think it was like $13.
Well, that's the problem. Sometimes those shorter ones they cost almost more than the 30 rounder, which makes no sense whatsoever.
The reason is production is efficiencies achieved in quantity is they don't make that many of the 20 rounders when you compare them to the 30 rounders.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And so when they lose the efficiency, somebody's got to pay for it.
I wanted some of them 10-round Lancer mags for a while now.
Yeah, I'd love to get some of those.
And Bowtach also had those 40 rounders on sale. PMag 40 rounders, 6 for $89.95.
Ooh,
So
that's
6
good.
for $90. That's
I have
not a
some-
bad price on those.
I have
40
3 of
rounders.
those. I love those. Those are
Still
nice.
got
Too.
one in the package.
How do I get the outside link to this? I'm going to my videos and I'm having a hard time finding it.
Okay,
Just
you
in
go
case they ban them.
down at the bottom right-hand side of your screen.
Of the
Right.
Hangout itself? Yep.
Okay, you see how it says links down there?
Yep.
Okay, you click that, and then you know how to do it from there.
Okay. Alright, I gotta move this around a little bit here. Hold on. Oh, I gotcha. So is it YouTube page or event page? A YouTube page. I got it.
YouTube, exactly.
Alright, I got it. Yeah, we're cooking with gasoline now.
I guess I could start posting some of these links out there. I like Bowtach. I'm glad. I think DB and you pretty much are the ones that got me onto Bowtach, and I like them. I like them a lot. They got good stuff.
Yeah.
They don't jerk you around. Timely. You know, living on an island, everything has to get shipped here, right? I mean, it gets shipped everywhere else. I understand, but it's either taking a plane or a boat. And LA Police Gear sent it on a boat, and Bowtach sent it on a plane. So,
Yep.
to me, that's kind of a big deal.
They seem to have and again now their website it's good still, but I'll tell you a couple years ago they had everything. Like
You talking
they
about
had
Bowtach?
yeah, they would have some real obscure things on there, and so anytime I'd want something, I would go to them, and it would seem like they could get it, and it was always cheaper. You know, I don't know. That's why I like it. They've done me well, I would have to say.
So can you also get things like barrels, bulk carrier?
You know, they have that stuff, but I've never. I think they're just starting to get into firearms. They're even starting to say they're going to do ammunition. Well, that's cool. But I've never bought in barrels and stuff. I've always seen that they'd have like they always had like HK uppers. They were like high end.
Well, like they have, it says guns and ammo and gun accessories. I'll check out the
Is
category.
there anything under there though? Do they even have any guns listed?
Let's see. That's what I'm looking here. They do have ammo for sale. They do have rifles for sale. I'm trying to see. They have lowers. Some lowers. It looks like mostly. Of course, it's going to be mostly ARs and stuff like that. But it does list ammunition, pistols, gun silencers and suppressors, rifles, NFA Class 3 items, and shotguns are what the subcategories are.
Now, is that also free shipping?
Well, you know what, Daniel? I think I'll put something in the cart just to check here.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Seriously.
Well, ammo is expensive to ship because of the weight.
For example, I wish DB was on here right now because he'd be pissed because... Oh, no, he got his used. I'm pissed, I should say.
At
It's
the
a
top
Glock
of the
30S
website.
for $579.
At the top of, at the top of the website, it just says free shipping! Exclamation point. Period.
Yes. Yes.
And then they also do trades. It says we specialize in trading. This is an interesting concept. So I'd be interested to see how that works out.
Now, I will admit that they do not have a ton of selection in pistols at this time. Like, they got one Colt for $1,000. They got some Glocks. They got a couple of SIGs. Some Smith & Wessons.
Where they're lacking too is that, like, you used to go in there, like, I'm going to click on Glock mags right now. You could click on Glock mags in the past, and they would have every single model. Now I'll be surprised to see if they have that.
Well, it's on the drop down.
Right, but I mean, sometimes even that's been a little bit less.
Well, they're almost all. I don't want to say this, but they're almost always out of 17 and 19.
Because they're such good deals. Oh yeah, they're 25. Oh yeah, there you go, 5% off. Plus, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, the Glock 40. All right, back order.
Yeah, but that's the cheapest I'd seen Glock mags for sure.
Glock 90, not Glock 18 mags.
Yeah, it's basically the 33 round.
Exactly. Now, let's see. Oh, they have 800 of
Magpul making an extended mag for the Glock now, the making 33 rounders too.
I don't think they're starting out with that, but they probably will. I would imagine, especially if they sell a bunch of.
I'm thinking they will because that's what people want for their carbines and stuff like that.
But the base plates are completely different, so that throws a monkey wrench in the whole mix. I think they should have made the base plate, interchangeable, because that's kind of a weird.
Well,
thing, don't you think?
Because you can't put like a +2 or.
Yeah, there's no +2s and all that crap.
Can you even put the Magpul? The one where you can rip it out. That little tab on the bottom.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't that be ironic if you couldn't put that on there?
Yeah, that'd be fucked up.
Speaking of that little accessory about pulling it out of the bottom, there was a news item last week on RT News about there was this guy that was just running by, and he yelled at the reporter. He said, "Just get out of my way!" And then the camera was on him, and then you could see these Magpul extensions on his magazines. I mean, he was all like Americanized. I mean, from the way he spoke, the words he chose, his kit was clearly not just even Western Europe; it was American.
Are you talking? Where was this?
Russia.
Yes. Well, Russia,
Oh, wow.
Ukraine.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you think about how like the firearms industry is, and you think about how everything's globalized now, if they're over there and they want to like have the latest and greatest, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't get stuff from over here because.
No, but this guy was clearly not from the Ukraine.
Oh, so you're saying he was
in
like,
your
pretty
way,
much an American dude over there?
you tend to default to your natural language, like you're running and all of a sudden somebody's in the way. It's like, get the fuck out of the way. I mean, you default to your natural, and he clearly said with an, if we're going to call it an American accent, get out of my way. And then he had all these, because he kind of had to go sideways. So then he's got his kit, and on his kit you see all these mag poles for pulling out the magazines for his M16 or M4 or whatever it was he was carrying, as well as some other accoutrements that were clearly high-tech operator.
Oh, you're talking Magpul. I thought you were talking Glock mags. I was like, what?
No. Magpul accessories, as well as other kit stuff that kind of leans towards he's probably from here.
I don't know. As far as I know, Magpul's global. As far as I know.
Yeah. Well, it was also his speech, the words he chose, everything else. But there's also a lot of contractors out there that are over there on their own, making money.
We're running security, exactly.
Exactly. I mean, if that's their skill set and they can make a good living from it and are willing to accept the risks, it's no longer for country, it's for cash, then so be it. I'm looking at the ammo here, and it looks like most of it is in bulk quantity. I did find a couple, but they're so here I'm going to try to put like a 5.7 round, one box in a cart, and see if it'll charge me shipping.
Yeah, and again, this whole ammo thing's new. They never did ammo before, so that's a new thing, which I'm excited about because, I don't know what the deal is with those guys, but I think they are a big military supplier because if you go to their thing, it says, there's a lot of phone numbers for full active military and stuff. So that's why I think that they have such good value with these things. But like I said, the cool thing is like I've ordered 3 things in one day, 3 separate orders, all free shipping, or 3 days in a row, a different order, and you just don't care. You're like, it's free shipping. Who cares? And it's a funny thing.
Hey, Moon. Check 1 2 on Moon.
Moon River.
Anyway, I guess I'll ask the entire panel. Do you think that the magazines that will fit in the new G40, the 10 millimeter, do you think that those will be G20 mags, basically?
I thought it was a. Interesting.
Say again, Geely?
It's just a long, right?
They said it won't, I don't think.
Say again? I don't understand. What? What did you say, Tag?
Nothing. I thought I heard that they said they won't fit.
Sorry, what was the question? I was on the phone.
Okay. Well, in the new G40, right? The 10 millimeter, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it going to be able to take G20 mags?
Yes.
You do think so? I thought they said that it would be stupid if it didn't, right?
Yeah, they're the same mag. It's the same gun, but the one's long slide. That's it. That's the only
As
difference.
opposed to, like, with my G30S or whatever, like, they won't fit in a 21 or whatever. But I was figuring it would be like the G29, where those are 10 rounders as well. But again, those wouldn't fit into a G20. So I was kind of assuming that the G40 mags would be the same as the G20 mags. And I can get those in 10 round is the whole reason that I'm even having this freaking discussion.
Yeah, why, are you going to get a Glock 40?
I don't know.
I forget how many that holds. 10 millimeter. I think it's 15.
They
the full
said 15.
size.
Yeah, the gunny
Yeah.
said 15, that's awesome.
And that's the same amount as the G20, but they also make, for the compliant states or whatever, they also make G20 mags in 10 rounders.
Yeah, it'll be the same mag. You can fit that in your G40.
All right.
All this Glock talk, I'm still not an owner of one.
Well, I had to have an account over at Botac, which I don't, in order to determine if buying a
Uh,
single box of ammo was
you should.
free shipping or not,
Yeah.
and I don't have an account.
I'll wheel over there and check it out,
Yeah,
Dano.
I'm on there too. Well, speaking of deals, have you guys ever used Devore?
I've held one.
They're
No,
no,
Devor.
no.
Devor.
This is what this is. It's Optic Planix. It's
Oh,
Optic
Devon.
Planix
No.
clearing site. They're not the best, but again, in case here's $10. Here's a $10 off coupon for you. And I think it's off any purchase, by the way. So it's just 10 off. And there's not great stuff on there, but I did just buy a double rifle pack on there for $22. That started out at 40, and the shipping was only $6.
You know, I also have something for in case anybody's oh, looking for a deal. I'll turn my camera on just a minute. Okay, from ArmyGear.net, 10% off. If you go online and you do a search on the word disc, D-I-S-C, and it'll be there for 1 penny, and you add it to your purchase, that will then, when the order ships, it will then take 10% off your order.
What is that you look for?
You
Disc.
do a search on the word disc, D-I-S-C.
DISC. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, and it's not case sensitive.
I gotcha.
And it'll have a price of 1 penny, and in the description of disc it says 10% off.
That's cool.
So
Hey, Dano,
What I missed out on, and I kicked myself fucking sideways. Vertex. I had a 40% off code for Vertex. It was good for like a year. That PR Chico gave me from the Shooter's Mindset. That's all the Cryptech gear, and it was 40% off anything, as many things as you want. That bummed me out that I never took advantage of it, because that shit's all awesome, but it's all about 35% overpriced. So the 40% would have been nice.
yeah.
Hey, Dano, did you end up getting that A31?
I have the information down. I have not purchased it. It's my at this point when I'm ready to buy my next firearm. That's most likely going to be it. But between then and now, I got to get my teeth fixed, and I want to attain a training class. I'm trying to make Masad Ayub has a class a couple hours away from where I live, and I'm hoping that I can squeeze together the pennies to make that happen because I have to stay overnight, which is and I'm gonna have to stay overnight for at least 2 nights, so that's gonna add to the cost of the class. So
Alright.
I like, or would like, I should say, to my goal is always to get to 1 training class per year. Now that's not always possible, but it's still my goal. But things, life happens. We can't escape life. Whether it's your car breaks down and you have $1,000 transmission, or your kid needs braces, or something else. Shit happens.
Hey, Dano,
Yeah.
to answer your question,
Yes.
I ended up putting 1,000 rounds of 45 ACP in my cart, and it allowed me the option to estimate shipping and tax and everything like that. And I ended up choosing the free 3 to 10 day economy shipping, and it ended up saying it's free. Now, I don't know that that would work for me because I live out here, and I doubt that if I were to go through with this, I'm sure that they would send me an email saying, "Oh, we're sorry. This is like one of the shortfalls of the actual being able to order online is that, oh yeah, we can't send
Still,
it to you."
it's probably true for us, which is cool.
I would think so.
Were there deals? Was the ammo a good price though?
Let's see. It's
Where is it on here?
It's CCI Lawman, and it's 230 grain, TMJ, 1,000 rounds, 450.
So those
So
45 45 cents a round for 45 ACP. Is that good or bad?
That's
Yeah,
not
that's
terrible.
pretty good. That's brass, right? That's pretty good.
I believe it is.
Do they have any 9mm? That's I can add that more estimated on that.
Let's see. I know that on the ammo page they definitely had some. I just got to make sure to take this out of my cart. 'Cause
Yeah, right.
I-
You'll get an email for the next year saying, "Don't you want to buy that?" That's one thing that they do. If
I
you
love
leave
that it just says,
cart,
"Are you sure you want to remove this from your cart?" Yes.
but if you don't,
Yes,
you get an
please.
email.
Positive?
You left items in your cart.
I
I'll
normally
tell you, right now, I'll tell you this: their new website sucks. The old
You don't
website
like
that they used to have, I hate this new website. I think it's way harder to find stuff. I mean, I
I don't
can't
know
even
about
find
that.
the old site. I was real used to it.
You're just
Anyway,
crotchety and bitter. That's
I
all.
am, and my
Crotchety and
voice is
bitter.
going. I'm like an old man.
you know,
Okay,
you got to be
9
careful.
millimeter.
You could be a future Bob if you're not careful.
Let's not get crazy with that.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm just here warning you so that doesn't happen.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
You know what? You ain't gonna like this, but there's Rangers plus P, and they're almost $1 a round, and then the other ones are Winchester Rangers plus P, 127 grain P series ammunition, 500 rounds, $3.99. So that is not cheap, but it's defensive ammo, right? Those Ranger teams.
Yes.
The Ranger T. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
that's-
good stuff.
I don't
that's
see
what,
them with any regular 9mm.
that's what I carry. These Ranger T 124 grain.
What did well? And these are 127 and plus P. But what did you end up paying for your last? And what was the box size, Dano?
Well, the boxes were boxes of 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bought it I bought 400 rounds, and I bought it maybe 2 years ago, and I still have 250 rounds left, and I don't remember what I paid.
Okay, because they're saying that if you buy the box of 50, it's $50. But if you buy them in the 400 round case, so to speak, it's $3.99.
Yeah, well, 39 cents a round for
Well,
defensive
40.
ammo, or 40 cents a round for defensive ammo. You don't need to buy as much.
Well, and actually, you know what? Check it out. That would actually be 80 cents a round because you'd have to double it. If it's $400, if it's $400 for 500, it would be $800 for 1,000. So.
See, now here you go. Here's an example. So, and this is pissing me off because my computer's running slow because I'm hosting. So it just took me like 3 minutes. I get to ammunition, and then I go up to the top, and it says pistol ammunition. I click on it, and now it says ammunition for handguns. There are no products in this category.
What?
Exactly. I mean, that's the problem.
Oh wow, yeah. And you know what? I see what you're saying.
What the fuck is that?
You have to remind the website that it's an idiot.
You have to be very specific when searching on this now. In the past, it was like Google. It would interpret what you were looking for on their website, even if you misspelled it. Now, if you misspell it, it says nothing. So I have to look at. Again, I can't separate.
Well, yeah, you almost got to go down through guns and ammo, and then go ammo.
Well, this is telling me if it's a deal or not. This 223 is kind of expensive. This 855.
Yes.
That's $80 for 150 rounds is a lot. Free shipping, okay, but that's a lot.
Well, no, and then they even go to the 420s, the Federals, where you can get one on stripper clips and one without. Like the 420 rounds with the can is $200.
Shit, $50 for the Ranger D's. That's fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was saying.
Those are $24. That's a $24 box of ammo.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, SG Ammo would sell that for $24.
And if you go to Slick Guns, it does the new. If you go to Slick Guns and you do ammo now, it almost does it like Ammo Bot used to, or still does, I guess.
And like I said, this is new, so I mean it is interesting. But I'll put it, like back to what you were asking. I would not feel bad buying any sort of barrels or anything from them. I always seem to find like you can find the Troy handguards in the past on here for 120 bucks. They were a buck 50 everywhere else.
For
So
the
I,
AK.
I like it. Oh, on that too. Yeah, I got my. I don't know what I got. I got something on there for the AK. Oh, I buy my Strike Industries stuff on here, and they had Mission First Tactical stuff, or at least they used to. And they have badass those ambi safeties, the battle arms ones, and they're usually 46 bucks on this website, and they're 55 everywhere else.
So, Cello, what kind of 9 were you looking for? Were you looking for Plinkin, or were you looking
Oh,
for?
I was just looking to see if it was a deal, and I just think we determined that because as good as everything else is, the ammo does not seem to be
It
the
doesn't
place to go
represent
yet.
much. Other than if for me, if
For
it
you, it
was
might.
free shipping, if it
They're
was
in
free,
California, aren't they?
I believe so.
So I think that might benefit you.
But if they were to ship here for free, which is a definite issue with ammunition in particular,
This could be
that
a fine for you.
yeah. Because other than that, it's like ammo to go, Natchez shooting supply, and I think there was one other one that might ship out here that I've found. And actually, Freedom Munitions, I haven't ordered from them, but they might ship out here as well. And I learned that from Dano.
Yeah, I just did their 40 Smith & Wesson, the Blazer. It comes up to
I have been buying from them, with the exception of defensive ammo. I buy my range ammo almost exclusively from them because I now get advertisements, not advertisements, in the email
Oh
about,
yeah.
for the next 24 hours, we have this on sale until it's out of stock. And, as long as you're ready to buy, you
Right.
can move quick and get a price that it's going to be there and gone. Sometimes it's free shipping plus 5%. Sometimes it's you pay for shipping, but it's $25 off each order over X amount of dollars. So you got to
Oh,
do.
here we go, Dano. Here we
Yep.
go. First-time customers, free shipping on your first order from Freedom Munitions. I just
Yep.
clicked that.
Yep. Ain't
Yeah,
that
they've been
cool?
doing that forever, so you don't have to worry about that going away. And
Yeah,
also,
I would be a first-time customer, and that'd be my first-time order. So that would be awesome.
they
and
also
they
have $5 flat rate a lot.
almost once a month that free shipping order pops up.
Nice.
You just have to keep an eye out for it. Like I just subscribe to their email notification, so I get it into my feed right away. So, and
Yeah.
I also only buy from them in bulk, so that I can maximize the lowest cost per round.
Yes. Yes. I'm
Because
with you on that.
ultimately, the only way to figure out whether it's a deal or not a deal is to throw all your costs together, divide by the number of rounds you bought, and figure out how much am I paying per bullet. Whether you're getting it from online, whether you're getting it from Gander Mountain, or wherever you're getting your local mom and pop store.
And see, like Moon can probably tell you, 45 is not inexpensive, almost no matter where you get it from. So to find that all of a sudden, if I want the XTP Hornady new, I can get a case of 1,000 for 470. And if I want the Hornady remanufactured, you save about 20 bucks. But then all of a sudden, if you just go to some of the other brands that they have, all of a sudden you can get a case of 1,000 for, I'm looking at like 333.
Yeah.
And
I always estimate stuff too by the box of 50. That's what I just did with that 40. I'm like, all right, so 400,000 rounds, 450 bucks, 22.50 for a box of 50. And I think that's expensive for 40, but if it's free shipping, that's not. But so 45 is usually like 20 bucks a box to 22 bucks a box. Like at
I'm
Walmart,
paying
right?
more. I'm paying
are.
more than that.
But at the here, it's like 22 bucks, right? Or 20 bucks for 50, like of just range white box.
Unless you're at
White
Walmart.
box is about $27. here.
Really? Is that okay? So what is it in the States? I don't have a 45. So
Well, I'm still in the States. I've paid up to $33 for Blazer.
Rascal.
Uh, no, not even.
hey, you should reload, Island.
Oh, I'm looking into it. Believe me. People joke with me all the time on that, but no,
I mean,
it
seriously,
might
I'm not
happen.
into it, and I think it's annoying as all hell. But you really should.
Yeah, it's got some real potential when I get my tax return. We'll see.
But see, it seems like I just don't shoot that much. I think I will now because where I just moved, I'm literally 500 yards up the road from where I go shooting. I can walk to
Oh,
it. I
well
am
then
so
that's
excited.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah, but you have to drive kind of four-wheel in. It's like a half-mile in, but that's cool. And in the winter, I just go to the front part of the road because they don't plow it, and just shoot there, my handgun and stuff. But I'm going to be going a lot more. But I still don't think I'm going to. I could never justify the cost. Because when I go out, I shoot I'll shoot 150 rounds of 223 and maybe 100 rounds of 9, and then I'll 2 weeks later I'll shoot another 100 rounds. I mean that's $18.
I tell you what, though, man. I tell you what. If all of a sudden I could start getting these cases of 1,000 of that 45 for like 333, maybe plus shipping, so even if it's 40 cents a round, that's kind of
That's
cheap for 45.
yeah.
And that's my problem. My range is only open to the
Oh,
public 3 days a month,
I
specific days, and all that.
yeah.
So,
I just ordered from. Remember we were talking. I just ordered from Palmetto State. They have the 90 rounds of American Eagle
American Eagle.
5.56 90 round on stripper clips, 25.99.
Yeah, Palmetto will
That's
not ship
killer.
to Hawaii. They
Yeah,
will not.
and you know what I did? I kept adding shit to the cart to where the shipping would change from $12 to $15.50.
Uh huh.
So I ended up paying. It was $12 shipping. I got 180 rounds of 5.56, and I got 150 rounds of 9mm Blazer. Those were only $11 a box. So I'm getting 300 rounds. And they had a sale on Serpa holsters, and there's a discount code. I got a Blackhawk Serpa for my 2022 for $12.
Wow.
And the XD ones are $14. But I almost bought one, but I'm like, I already got two. I don't need a third one of those. But yeah, they had a discount code on all Blackhawk, and the shit was on sale. They're normally only $30, $28 anyway. But dude, $12? I should have bought like 8 of them and then started selling them on eBay. But it doesn't seem like the 2022 is as popular as I would think. I'm like,
Well, I don't know. I would think it's kind of cheap.
oh yeah, I like that gun. That's a pretty neat sig, I'll tell you what. And it's tempting me to maybe want another one. They came out with that compact 320 this year. Now that was new. It's at shot, and I'm excited about that. They have an ultra, and they have a subcompact and a compact. And those are neat. I don't know how much they are, but that's a neat looking sig. Too bad their magazines never work gun to gun
Well, that's
on their 9s. And that's the one problem I have with the 2022 is that's 15 rounds. My goddamn XD is like 18 rounds almost, and it's got like not even a longer mag well. It's amazing. I can tell when I go out shooting it. I'm so used to 17 and 18 rounds of magazine that you really notice when it's 15 rounds. You're like, that's it?
the weight is that
No.
much different.
When you're like, I'm done. That was
Oh.
15 rounds.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's unbelievable that those few rounds, and I mentally, I'm like, wow, that didn't seem like a lot. This is just a midday odd thought.
Right. And you know what? I'm over on the holster section of still over on Bowtach, and some are semi-reasonably priced, and some are ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of what I'm saying. In the past, everything was really good, and there was no disparity. There wasn't any, oh, this isn't a good deal. It was like, wow, everything's a good deal. And but so now it's just a little bit more commercialized now. But they do have a little bit of everything, and it's the site I go to I mean they have to check to see if there's a better deal.
Right.
I always go to them just because with the free shipping, you can't go wrong.
There you go. You can get the DeSantis cell phone ankle holster if you need, Jello.
The
For when you
cell
gotta.
phone ankle holster?
Yep. I'll link that for you.
That's kind of that's intriguing.
For your backup cell phone. When your backup needs the backup.
I gotta pay my insurance. I broke the freaking screen on my Galaxy a week after I got it.
Oh.
It's $100 to replace it, So I'm kind of like throwing this thing around. Well, shit, you could use that thing for my Derringer I could put in there. Now that could be something useful.
There you go.
Not for $26, but
26. I didn't think 26 was bad.
it's back ordered too.
Oh. Well, then there's that.
Well, what's cool is then you look to the left and they have that SIG double QD released sling, $15. That you just can't go wrong. It's like I would buy that sling just to have it sitting around. It's $15. It would cost you more than that to buy 2 good QD swivels.
What do you Oh, that Clay Zion.
No, it's the stupid. It's a 6-hour. 3-in-1. It says made in the USA too. Here, let me link that for you.
Oh, I see it.
But I keep going to it. It's really dumb when you go from 2-point to 1 because all you do is like split the back part. It's not like a real clip in or anything. But again, just to have sitting around, I could use this on my 8K because I got QD front and rear. I should get it. $15.
It's like 2/3. It's like 66% off or something, or more.
Insane. Oh yeah, it's normally $50, and it's got 59 reviews, all 5-star. Ooh, buy 3 or more, $12. They have 12,000 of them in stock.
Wow. Yes, they do. They have availability, is what you're saying.
Holy crap! 12,155 in stock.
It should be buy one get one free.
It should be.
Well, now at $15, they kind of did. They're like
Exactly.
Yeah, it said $49.99 / down to 15.
And I can't remember. I think it was on LA Police Gear. They had the Lancer magazines, and they said that the color was all wrong, so they were rejects. But that made them cooler, I thought.
right.
And they were out of stock, but it was $69, I think, for 12. And they were like, instead of being flat dark earth, it was like a tan color, and then there was like a kind of, I didn't care. Of course, they were out of stock, but that was a killer deal.
Hey, I got a question for you. If I don't have a QD on my rifle, what's the adapter thing that I need to get to be able to use the regular hooks or whatever? So they would have to be QD.
No, this is the thing. Let me say, you could take these off. This is the thing. The sling has an open end somewhere. Maybe not on this one, but like on the Magpul stocks, those slings, you can take. There's only one side is the adapter connected, and the other side you can take off whatever hook they send you. On this one, it does look like you probably can't take it apart. So you would have to get something with a QD.
That's what I was thinking.
What do you got for a rail? Or getting?
Well, I already got that, what do you call it? Leaper, UTG, Super Slim.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
It's the carbine one that goes out front past the sling mount on.
Yeah, this is what I did, dude. I bought it. I got the the gear sector deal. So I have that out front. So there you go. There's my QD, and it's on a little piece of pick rail. And then I have this in the rear. I got this is the new Magpul one. Instead of the ASAP, it's the QD rear end plate.
Well, I'd be putting it on
But you can put it under the stocks. Yeah, you can put it on the stock. So that's all you you just need to put it on a piece of pick rail up there.
Now, there is another way to do it, and that's why I have my camera on here. You see this detachment I have here? Got this ring on the end. I don't know if that's showing up there. This right here.
Yeah, D-ring type of thing.
And it simply attaches right through here. A piece of nylon with a buckle in there.
That Sig brace has QDs permanently attached on both sides, so Dano. That's the one.
No, this is an M4 variant that I'm holding. I'm just saying that this is, instead of changing the thing up here, so you can have
end plate.
An option is this, because mine was is staked in, and I didn't want to fuck around with it. So
the whole idea is how do we get this $15 Sig sling to work, as opposed to, you know what I mean? Is I think the idea. Versus, you know what I'm saying? Because this thing, I mean, for $15, it's worth having. You can't even.
Well, that's what I'm looking at.
For that cheap.
I misunderstood.
You could attach a QD thing to that D-ring.
You could. It just adds a little weight.
That's what I was trying to think.
And I like these and those in the small D rings. Those you can't see me.
I mean, I have a quick disconnect
angled ones
for this.
These are awesome. They're way better than the actual sling ones because the hook, you go to one side of it as opposed to the normal one, and that starts marring up your buffer too.
What I liked about this one is whether you're right-handed, because I am left-handed, it can go to either side.
Just as easy.
I like having on the end plate because if I had to go to my off shoulder, the sling is underneath and not above.
Right.
I think that's the whole idea, I guess.
And again, with this kind of mount here, I can swing it either way instantaneously.
You're right. And if you just put it below instead of me going up and over, you would actually kind of go under in a way. That makes I
just wanted to show an alternative to having to change this. What do you call this here?
That's an end plate. It's all called end plate.
Okay.
Yours has it, right?
Well, no, mine's just a stock, like what you would get on a bare bones.
But there's the plate that's between the castle nut where your finger is right now. That's It's between the castle nut and the front and the lower. I like see that's the thing is when I hang my gun down in single point mode, Dano. If I had the sling that far back on the stock, it'd be hitting the floor. So that's the advantage of having it on the end plate, in my opinion.
Well, the fix, which really isn't a fix, is you adjust because we're all different heights. You get a sling that's adjustable for literally a shorter person, but it's still a normal sling, and you bring it up 6 inches. And that's literally the distance from here to here is about 6 inches. 7 inches.
Let's put this into action here. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Well,
now there's another issue about getting hit in the nuts with a single point sling.
That doesn't bug me. I've never been hit in the nuts by my rifle, so when people say that, it's
wait a minute. How tall are you, Cello?
I'm 5'9½".
Okay, so that sort of.
How old are you that you have to say half?
So here's one of my slings. Yeah. Okay, this one is a Magpul that I put together, and it's got a cute.
You gotta get out my sling. That's it. We're slinging it.
It's a sling off. So, I'm going to take these off first.
Don't you shoulder that.
So, yeah, this is a little tight right now because I was fucking around with it the other day. I hate this one. The newer version's so much better than this one, by the way. I would never buy this one again. It's like impossible. So
I've got 2 single point slings here, And for me, what I found is the way they connect and disconnect.
There we
Or you
go.
getting all tied up there. Who you
Look.
mean?
So look at, see what I'm saying, Daniel? This thing is hooked right here. Now
Right.
it's hanging. There ain't no way I can adjust your stock to make it hang this high, because this is
Okay.
where, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see
So
what you're
look,
saying.
this is why it doesn't hit my nuts.
Yeah, it hit your stomach because you're fat.
But and then so it's right there, and then boom, that side, boom, that
Well-
side. That's how it works.
Another thing which I think people should at least consider is and it may seem minor, but the actual connector itself.
I'm
You look at
goofy
your
today.
dance there.
I am goofy
The
today.
actual connector itself. See how this one opens up like that?
Yeah, that I call that a sailor's hook. That's
And
what I
then
call it.
the other type I have, which is this
I
one
like
right
those, by the way.
Well,
opens up
one's an
this way.
HK hook and one's something else.
Yeah,
Whenever I was
I like
on
that
SK
HK.
looking at them.
Those are the old sailor's hooks that he had in his other hand. I really like those because they'll never
Yeah.
come off. It's never going to get snagged and just come off. There's no
Right,
way
so
it's
these-
going to, because it'll still get hooked up on there. Those are great. Those are cheap.
And the only mistake I made with the one that has this kind of hook is I didn't get like the bungee cord on it. I
Yep.
got it's just like an elastic cord that stretches a little bit,
Yep.
so it doesn't provide enough cushion.
I do like I have the bungee, and I actually use that bungee one on my shotgun.
Oh.
But the bungee one is better, and there wasn't
I
that
do
much
like
of a
that.
price difference between them.
Someone gave me one. I won it in a contest on YouTube, but it's just a condor, and you can buy them for those are only like 15 to 18 bucks. And the cool thing was at the end, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if yours has it, Dana, but the one I have, it's got a Fastex buckle, and it comes with a nylon wrap and the sailor's hook thing, so you can switch it up. So you could actually have one sling and then have one hook on one rifle, and then on another rifle you have the other part, and so you just click into the one you want. And I mean, again, they're 18 bucks. I see a sling kind of like I see my bipod. I got this $20 UTG bipod about 7 years ago, off of the Nut and Fancy thing, and it's not the cheap one like he's got. This one looks like the Harris one. This thing, it's unbelievable. It's 20 bucks.
The only thing about that I would say, regardless of how much you're paying or who makes it or whatever else, is to get one that has the bungee cord in it.
But the thing is I don't think you don't find that option that much, Daniel. That's the problem. It seems like very few of the decent quality slings have any bungee in them. So you just gotta
SOE.
have the bungee.
SOE.
Does SOE have bungee? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
God,
They have a bungee specific model even.
I keep watching their breakfast and all these videos, and I don't know whether to love them or fucking hate them.
Oh, you gotta love it, dude. You gotta
I
love
do.
it. They're willing to run their business, and you know what? Just kind of say, well, fuck you if you don't like it. Go somewhere else then.
I know.
I think that's balls. I appreciate that. Because it's hard to run a business like that.
That may be true, but it doesn't mean you have to be the world's biggest asshole about it either.
Oh, now
That's
wait a minute.
all I'm
wait a
saying.
minute, wait a minute.
That's
Do
all
you
I'm
actually
saying.
think
Thank
that
you,
he
Dano.
Do you actually think that he is the world's biggest asshole? Because I have
Well-
seen much bigger assholes than that guy.
Yeah,
Well,
but it wasn't someone that I would put in the position he's in.
I mean,
Well,
if
he
you
put
ran
himself
your own,
there.
And I know that that's what you deserve to be able to do that because you made it yourself. I'm just saying.
if you owned your own company, would you hire him in charge of sales to go greet customers?
No.
Wait a minute, that's like apples and oranges. You have to ask me if I had my own company and I was in the same position, would I be the same guy? Not necessarily have him running my sales. Because he doesn't have himself running sales, he has other people, right?
He has a very
I'd say he's involved. He's involved.
Well, yes, he is involved, but you know what I'm saying. It
He's a
isn't whether I would hire
common
him. Would I be that guy? I think is more of a...
Yeah, everybody that's with him is definitely the same. I mean, that's his thing,
He has a common personality trait of people who own their own businesses, period. because they're the king of their pond, and rightfully so. They act accordingly. Now, not everybody that, and I don't mean that everybody that runs their own business is an asshole. I'm just saying it's not that uncommon either.
So would I be that guy?
Would
That's
you
the
be
real
that guy?
question.
That is
Would I be that guy?
Well, there's a difference between you don't have to take any shit, and you
Right.
don't go and going out of your way to shit upon somebody.
Oh, sometimes they can go hand in hand, though, right?
Well, they can. I think James has proven that.
Would I be that guy? I'm too nice to be that guy. I'd get shit upon, probably, is the problem.
I mean, I'm at the point in my life where I prefer a low stress lifestyle, kind of a little bit kicking back. And for me to get all that anger out, that just stresses me out. I don't want it.
Well, think about this, though. He's getting the anger out. He's not holding it in. He's not letting it ruin his freaking day.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, it's probably therapeutic in what he's doing.
And think about it, guys. Think about it. If you really have to go here, think of what women enjoy most in this world.
Large
Assholes.
penises?
And
Oh.
they go for the assholes. So this is an interesting psychological study here.
well, young women do.
Yes, I'm with you. And then they screw their whole life up, and later in life, when they're with their 3 kids, they realize, boy, did I make some mistakes.
And that's when I swoop in.
Swoop in. I'm waiting to
Oh,
swoop
yeah,
in on someone there.
you've lived a rough life. You've made a bunch of wrong choices. Let me help you out with that. Let me help you make one more.
Did somebody say no?
Yeah, but the problem is all those hot chicks turn into not hot chicks, and then they realize it. It's like, not all of them.
Maybe in New Hampshire.
You know, we got a problem in New Hampshire. There's a lack of women here, and it's a.
Let's just say that there may or may not be some people of varying ages out here that have a tendency to keep themselves together.
Well, it's Hawaii. You kind of have to.
Well, and then there are also the ones that don't. But I will honestly say that there are some varying ages where they're not just the 19 through 30-year-olds. Some
They
of them
look
are
better because they
a
got a
little
good
bit older.
tan. They look better because they have a decent tan, you know?
Well, and like they run or they swim or they paddle or, you know.
Yeah.
They did divorce their second husband and they're loaded.
See, we don't have that around here.
Oh, we definitely got that out here.
Yeah, that's a cool trait to have in the women.
But, you know, sometimes there are reasons that they got divorced and got all that money because they're fucking crazy.
I watched that. I showed a girl at work. She actually asked me to rate her, and she's not unbelievable. She's like, well, just be honest. What would you rate me on 1 to 10? I'm like, I would I would never answer that question ever. I go, you'd hold that against me for 80 years. I would ruin your life.
I mean, the only answer is I have to be honest. You're a 10.
Yeah, exactly. That is the only answer. But then I said, here, this is what I'm going to show you. Look this up on YouTube and then watch this.
I was going to say, look at this. Does this look infected to you?
To me, honey, you're a 10 every day. Yeah, you gotta answer it with a joke, you know.
I got a gear question for you, if you guys don't mind. I just purchased, I don't have it, because I just purchased it at 2:30 or 2:20 a.m., a Mora knife.
Mm-hmm.
And I was curious if any of you had one, and if so, what you thought.
Which Mora do you have? Did you forget?
Oh, now I forget what model it is.
I hear nothing but
Do you have rubber?
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with a Mora. Is all I ever hear.
Well,
$20.
Give me a minute, and I'll come back with that information.
It was cheap, right? It was
I've
like
been
18
using
bucks.
them extensively for probably 4 years now, and the biggest complaints, I think there's 2 biggest complaints that I hear with them. And one is that it's not full tang, and 2 is that the handle, depending on the model you get, may or may not be comfortable depending on your hand size. I haven't experienced problems with either of those issues. Like I beat on my Mora like a lot over the past 4 years, and I've had no issues with it. It's easy to
How's that
sharpen.
spelled?
Mora.
Okay.
They're all over eBay for $16, and I mean, how can you go wrong for 16 to 18 bucks? You can't.
Sure you can.
Well, you can if you order.
Yeah, so
With you, but I hear that it's good to have laying around. I want one to throw in this other bug out bag just so it has a knife, you know.
It was cheap, but that's not why I bought it. I bought it
they're
because
excellent knives. The steel is great. I mean, it holds an edge very well. I prefer the carbon steel ones they have, but their stainless steels are fine.
Right.
They take a little bit longer to sharpen in my mind, but I really like this.
It is a carbon steel, but the two reasons I bought it was one because of the blade length. It's just under 4 inches, and that means I can carry it where I live. Because 4 inches and over is illegal in my state. And the other is, and the model is the Craftline Q all-around fixed blade, but it has a tang on it that really would resist your hand moving down into the blade.
And it has a decent little sheath that it comes with, doesn't it? A little
Yeah,
plastic.
I mean, 3/4 inch tang, I'm fine with. I mean, I don't need a full tang. I'm not going to be chopping down.
Yeah, I mean, again, you wouldn't, you know, I mean, if you get an Ontario knife or something, if you're looking.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, though. I've had no issues batoning with this knife. I've had no
Yeah.
issues with frying with this knife, even though it doesn't have a full tang. So
There you go.
it's very robust for what it is. The steel is excellent. I mean, I don't know if you're ever going to use it for woodworking or anything like that, but that grind is excellent. It's just because you get full bevel onto that surface, and you can just make really fine carbons.
I put the link in the side chat, but it's the handle, because I like stuff that prevents your hand from slipping down on the blade. Because, you know, you sweat, your hand gets dirty, exactly like what Cello's showing right now. What do you call that?
This is just the.
Yeah, the hand guard or
Yeah,
whatever.
there is a name for it. I'm drawing a blank right now.
I forget what it's called, but it has part of that on there to prevent your hand from going down.
Call that a knife.
And the other ones don't really have one.
You'll shoot your eye out.
This is an actual U.S. Navy
Yeah.
something.
Anybody ever buy anything from Locked and Loaded?
I've cruised by their site, but I haven't bought anything from them.
Any of us ever buy anything from Tac Daddy? I always forget he's got a store.
Oh,
No.
isn't that just a chat channel?
Seriously,
This
I
is
always
my,
forget.
This is my serious batoning knife. Now, I realize it is a bayonet, but because it does have the aspects that I like, it's big. You can baton with it, and
Look at the blade right there.
the job that a larger knife will do. And it has a nice handle on it that I like. You know.
That's true. I never really worried too much about batoning. I mean, I always carry either an axe or hatchet, so it's not really a big deal to me.
Oh yeah, I
Do you
like.
have? You go.
In addition
I
to
have
a
that
big knife,
Gerber,
I like
that
a small
camp
knife.
axe from Gerber, and that thing is awesome. I split like 3 cords of wood with it last winter. That thing is awesome. It never had a problem. Never. And I would use that. I would use the other cheap. I had a Cobalt axe, and I'd use that as a maul. It hit the back. That thing was mushrooming out, and then it came off the wooden handle. But that Gerber looked like the day I got it. Those things are awesome. They're like $38. I highly recommend the Gerber camp axe.
I gotta go take care of my dog before she shits on the carpet. So
I
I'll
will
be back.
definitely take care of that.
Hey, Geely, did you have that ultralight axe? Weren't we talking about that a few weeks ago?
I was in the chat, but I don't have that axe.
Okay.
I'm a little leery of the super lightweight ones.
Oh
But,
man,
but,
it would look
but
like
if it works, then
if an astronaut had an axe, that would be the astronaut's axe, the one that we're talking about.
it's like the one on the Armageddon when he throws it out of the thing. What the hell is that?
Oh man, it was lightweight. Was it made with titanium or something like that? I mean, it was light but strong. good size. I kind of wish I had a link of that.
So, G, did you take a look at the link? See the handle on the Mora knife?
Yeah, I've used that knife. It's excellent for what you're talking about. It just means you can get a really close, like choked up grip, and you don't have to worry at all. But yeah, it's a good choice. I mean, especially at that price too. You know, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't buy it because of the price. It just happened to be that way.
You're planning on carrying this around like every day and stuff? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I occasionally, yes, which is why I got it the length of being under. It's like 3.8 inches.
I'm in love with mine.
But whether it's on myself or next to me in a car, whatever, I just want to be able to have something that it doesn't matter whether I'm out in the woods or I'm in town. It's not an issue.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. You can do both just as well.
I pull that other knife that I just had out, and I go into the drugstore. There's going to be women and children. Ah!
Yeah, I hear you. Definitely.
Kind of like, Crocodile Dundee. You call that a knife? What would have been funny is if Crocodile Dundee pulled out his knife and then somebody else pulled out a Glock and did like just in that movie with what is it where that adventurer guy Harrison Ford always played the character and he was in the Middle East and there was a guy with the bullwhip.
Indiana Jones.
Yes, Indiana Jones. The guy with the bullwhip was going to I'm going to whip you to death sort of a thing. And he pulls out his revolver and shoots him.
Yeah.
Just a little female Molly Curran here. I'm in love with this girl for some reason. NFL Network chick.
So I need some help. I got $1,300 to $1,400 to save to buy a new gun, and I haven't decided what I'm going to spend it on. Got like 3 top 10. I mean, my top 3 figured out, but I'm not sure which one, what combination.
What is
So
list them off?
I'm either going to build like a really nice AR, and I don't have an AR right now. So like I've always been an AK guy, but I think I could I might just use all of that money and build like a nice AR like BCN.
And you have an AK already?
Yeah.
Okay. Next choice?
Next choice would be something like a Glock 20 or like a 10mm plus maybe another gun. And then, because I don't know, I feel like I kind of want a Glock 20. And then some sort of like older rifle, maybe like either a Garand or like a Swiss K31. I know it's kind of all over the place.
That is all over the place. Well, you don't have an AR, so I'm going to tell you right there, but you do have you got yourself a battle rifle already. You already have an AK. You have more than one AK?
I just got one. It's not, but I only have one. It's an Arsenal.
So you got a really good one. And how about Glocks? What do you have for Glocks now?
No Glocks. I had an M&P for a little bit, but I sold that.
Oh, so you have do you have any semi-auto handgun?
Not anymore. I got 3 revolvers now.
Well, I'd say I'd already narrowed it down right there. I mean, I would stick within those 2 categories versus getting something like a Garand or something. Because I think you need a handgun. Well, that's the thing. Technically, you don't need another battle rifle. But you don't have a semi-auto handgun.
Well, I was planning on.
I'll tell you right now. What do you got? If you got like 1,400, you could get the Glock. I don't know about the 20. I don't know. Well, you could do both. You could get an AR. You could build. Well, just leaving off, like the optic and the sights. You can build a really nice AR for $900, and that'll leave you $500 for the Glock. I think you can do the Glock and the AR.
I guess that's a pretty good combo.
I mean, seriously. I mean, if I don't count the light and the optics on my AR and a couple of the upgraded stuff, I mean, I'm only into the thing for $800.
Okay.
Is it super high end? No, but that's why it's a $1,500 AR because it's got a little bit of add-ons and its optics and shit. But you don't have to have all those things, and you can get
Yeah,
the
those
Glock.
same things I can get like later on.
Yeah. So now you get the Glock and the rifle. I wasn't satisfied till I had three ARs and one AK. That's
Well,
when I was satisfied.
when I use one of my revolvers for, it's my primary like outdoors gun. I take it with me every time I'm backpacking and stuff, and I think I'd use the Glock to replace that because I just want something that I can throw a light on.
Plus the Glock would be you're gonna have a little bit more fun range gun as well.
Yeah.
I mean, not that revolvers aren't fun, but Glocks are
I
fun.
plan on getting like an MP Shield again, like no matter what in May or so. So I guess I didn't mention that.
I mean, and again, that's an option. I mean, now you're talking $400 for a shield. Now
Yeah.
you got $1,000 for the AR.
Well, no, the Shield is outside of this 1400. That's already I'm getting that.
Yeah, that's like a stocking stuffer. That's like a freebie. Well, there you go. Yeah, no, that's what I would do. But again, I don't know your passion for like.
I definitely want an AR just because of the price, pricing and everything right
It's
now.
crazy to not get an AR of some sort now
But I feel
because
like I'll kick
we
myself.
will look
like,
back
down
on
the
these
line.
days.
Right,
Everyone's going to look
1
back.
year down the line, prices are through the roof.
Even
again, like, I don't
Keystone.
know.
Even Keyson's going to look back and go, I wish I built 30 of them instead of 20.
Yeah, I have a question for you. I just slightly overheard what you said before I had to take care of the dog. Have you recently, in the past 2 years or so, had a first aid class?
Yeah, I work for Search and Rescue, so I do have some pretty good first aid.
Okay. Have you? And of course, if this is not what you're into, that I guess it changes things. But do you try to take, whether it be every 2 years or every 3 years, some sort of self-defense class?
That's definitely something that I have not done, and I feel like I want to. I definitely want to, and I need to. I just haven't really made it a reality yet. I don't know why.
Well, and sometimes it is hard to make that mental decision. I can buy a thing that will last as long as I have it, or I can purchase a class which is in my head, which the moment the class is over, it's done, but the knowledge lasts for as long as you want to attain it.
Yep.
So that's why, I would, not knowing your background or whatever, maybe some sort of classes, training, whatever. I mean, first aid is cheap. I mean, American Red Cross has classes. A lot of fire departments offer first aid classes, and they're either subsidized or very low cost.
Right. Yeah, I got my wilderness first responder stuff paid for by our sheriff's department because I'm working with them. So that was a great opportunity, and it was a good package.
Now, how to keep your certifications current? How often do you need to retake?
Every 2 years.
Okay, yeah, because I know you're outside a lot, and because of that, for your own health, in case you are the victim and the first responder all in one, if you go out on your own. You may need to deal with a serious problem, and you're the one doing it.
Boring, Dan. He wants to buy some fun stuff. You're talking about boring stuff. What do you? I'm with you, though. I understand the rationale. You know what? I'm so honest to say that I'm so goddamn lazy that might as well.
Kello, you aren't going out into the woods.
Exactly.
And that's the difference.
So if he's actively doing that stuff, you're right. He should have a working knowledge that's way beyond what ours needs to be.
Yes, I mean, if I'm in an urban environment, I'm doing it just until the first responders get there. But if I am the first responder for, let's say, the next 12 hours or 8 hours or even 6 hours or 4 hours, I need to have a higher skill set than your average, first aid dude.
It's great that we have like a community here online, channels that we like recognize that, because I'll tell you that's like the number one reason why, like when we respond to calls, that's what we go is people just had inadequate supplies. Like when they go out, they don't realize they need more water than they did.
Oh, dude, yeah, I live 15 minutes from Mount Washington. It's the highest mountain in the Northeast. the irony of it's only like 6,900 feet tall or something, but it previously held the highest recorded wind speed on Earth at 272 miles an hour. But it's got some of the craziest weather in the world, and I mean it's never been above 71 degrees on top there, and you can hike it in 3 hours. But these people go up in June when it's 70 degrees in the valley, and it could be 28 degrees up there and a total whiteout. And
Yep.
the army has to come in and rescue these guys all the time. It's like $25,000. There's a
Yeah.
big thing on there. There's like signs everywhere that says if you need to get rescued, it's $25,000. Make sure you are prepared for this. There are
Yeah.
people who go up there without jackets, for Christ's sakes, in the middle of summer.
The other thing that people forget about, and you're 100% correct, Cello, is oxygen deprivation at elevation.
Yeah.
That, well, I run 5 miles or 5K, every other week. And, I'm plenty strong at sea level.
It's really weird because, like I said, it's not really that high of a mountain. It's like literally 6,000, 8,000, 7,000 feet, but the tree line is like a couple thousand feet below the top of the mountain because the wind speed is so crazy.
Yeah,
The
that
old
elevation-
building up there, they used to have a chain, like an old Navy chain, running across the top of the building, anchored on both sides of the building, to hold it down, so it didn't blow away. That's serious. It was wild.
But anyway, that's my 2 cents on,
I've been thinking because I don't actually conceal carry right now. I turned 21 here in a couple months, so I'll do that when I turn 21. But once I actually do start carrying, I do think that
Yeah, your
a carry
handgun
class will
desire
be
is gonna, and plus you're gonna want a lot of handguns. Then you're gonna be like,
Well, I've had handguns just to do private parties, like transactions and stuff like that. So yeah, that's true.
but being able to carry, it's different. Then you're like, ooh, I want this one. I
Yeah,
want to, I mean, and the shield's great. I want to get a shield.
Mhm.
I think that'd be a really cool gun to have. It just seems like it fits the right niche.
Well, I have the XTS, and side by side and everything else, and of course at the time I bought it a little over a year ago. It has no manual safety, which is what I wanted. And width-wise and everything else, it's virtually identical to the Shield.
Yeah, and you know me, Dano. I'm an XD fanboy, so I'm with you on that. I forgot about that. I would almost consider getting the new 4-inch slide version of the XDS9.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are great guns. They really are.
I'd be okay with either. Would be fine because it's all in the grip length and the width of the gun overall.
Yep.
The
The shield does give you a little bit more in the grip area versus the XDS. It is a little. Well, that's the beauty of it. It's wicked concealable.
Yeah.
The XDS. It's just like.
And I this is the first winter that I've carried because the law just changed literally a year ago.
Right.
And beginning in winter I was still carrying my Glock 26 and my hybrid holster, but because of all the stuff I'm wearing, that it just didn't seem practical to be carrying a firearm in that way. That for me, pocket carry suddenly became a way to carry a gun. As far as it's quicker to get out, quicker to put it in use.
I'm with you on that. I've been pocket carrying my 380 pretty much all winter long. It's just I put it in. I have a mini Kydex holster I clip it into, and I just throw it in my pocket. So that way the trigger's covered and it's good to go.
I have a T-shirt, a hoodie, a vest, and this hat. And when I went outside, I still had a winter coat on top of all of this.
Yeah. If I'm going out for the day, if I know I'm going out, I have a little leather outside the waistband holster, and I'll put the 380 in that. And again, I'm like you. I wear a hoodie and then a jacket over it, so it's outside the waistband, but it's concealed.
Yeah.
And again, in this state, it's not a big deal in either way, but there's no way it's going to be visible, and it's a non-threatening little 380, a little cute 380.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it here?
Yeah, it'll get the job done.
Exactly.
It's interesting that y'all say that because a lot of people like to say like, oh, in the winter they'll carry a bigger gun. because they can, like you said, more layers. But a lot of people don't think about how much more difficult it'd be to get to your gun under all those jackets and flares and stuff.
And the irony is, the 380 is, if I put ball ammo in there, it's probably going to be just as effective as a 9mm in the winter.
Yes. In fact, ball ammo, if I had a 380, is the way I would carry it.
I would use that. Actually, the Winchester white box has the flat front. I would actually use that because I think that would penetrate well, and nothing's to get clogged anyway. And it has a flat front, so it would expand a little bit.
Right.
That stuff cycles really well through my little P38, 238.
I always thought they put the flat front on some of the what I'll call range ammo for the purposes of making a round hole in paper.
I wonder. I have no clue why they do. I'm with you on that, Dano. It's fun.
I heard that too. The wad cutter.
It does make a beautiful hole, I'll tell you. And when I'm shooting that thing, it does. It definitely is noticeable on the targets. It's a nice, clean circle. But I don't know what I don't know what it is. It actually, the Winchester white box with the flat front 380. It does seem, even though it's just 95 grain or whatever, it definitely seems like there's more bullet outside of the brass than there is in a lot of my other 380 full metal jacket rounds.
The main reason I have not gone to a 380 as an example in pocket carry has been that most of them, if not all of them, because I'm not sure, have manual safeties, which I despise because I don't.
Yeah.
Every handgun I have does not have a manual safety for the typical reason that we all know. And to switch for something that has a manual safety for 2.5, 3 months out of the year makes no sense. The other thing is that I like guns that I can take to the range and shoot, get better with. And those are guns that, if you're going to defend yourself, you're not going to shoot, 6 magazines worth of ammo out of it. But if I go to the range...
The SIG, for me, I can shoot it at the range and have a ton of fun with it. But at the SIG, the P238, it almost shouldn't count because it's nothing like an LCP. You know what I mean? It's not anything like that.
The LCP or the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard are what I'm calling the classic 380s bars. They're so small, yeah, they're great for concealable, but they hurt your hand to shoot it.
Right. I'll tell you, I did get to shoot the new LCP-S with the striker fire the other day. Mm-hmm. I was blown away. I mean, I swear the thing's got a 4.25 or 4.5 pound trigger. It was awesome. And it was really, I mean, that, and I'm not a Ruger fan by any means, but I was wicked impressed. I'm like, this is awesome.
About 4 or 5 months ago, I did a video on one at my local gun store, and it has what I'm going to call a Glock-like trigger.
Yeah. Compared to the old LC3,
it's not 3.5 miles long.
100 times different.
It has a reset that's reasonable, and you come up to that wall, so once you break through that wall, it's going to go boom. Rather than that long pull, you never really know when it's going to pop.
The thing is this too, in like 1990 and then 1994, between those years, I had bought my Smith & Wesson 5903, which is a 5906 basically, and I had the Colt Mustang, and both of those had manual safeties. So I technically have 25 years of guns with safeties. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of like DB. You know how DB talks about when he first got his Glock, he was all scared? That's kind of, I think, why I went with the XD, because I was like, man, there's no safety. It's freaking me out. And with that grip safety, it kind of gave me a little bit of confidence that, yeah, if I'm pushing it down into my holster and I don't have the backstrap pushed down, it definitely cannot go off, even though, you know what I mean? It just, for me, it gave me that little level. But I mean, again, I can never simulate. I mean, wouldn't it be a motherfucker if I get into a situation and I'm with my little 380 and I have a problem taking off the safety? You know what I mean? I find it incomprehensible that can happen, but I guess it's proven that it can.
And I think a lot of us, me included, went through that psychological phase of well, if I don't, I need it to almost hold my hand through this process of carrying, to get me through the scary part. We would never say that out loud.
Yeah, it's true.
But to get ourselves mentally through that part, we need that safety, that it's going to protect us. until we can actually realize that no, we can protect ourselves a lot better. In fact, so much so that it's actually a detriment, not an additive to the process.
I kind of still wish that open carry was not, well, A, the stupid tactical thing to do. I wish there was even just a slightly less stigma to it, because I would just love to open carry every day and just have it be a zero issue. If it wasn't for the fact that, yeah, it's dumb because you lose the element of complete surprise.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that, I think I would do it, because it's just so comfortable.
I've open carried a few times. I mean, actually pretty frequently, just because, I mean, I live in Arizona.
Yep.
But, yeah, definitely you do lose that tactical advantage. Not even just the concealment, but, like, that it's exposed, so that, I guess there's
Yeah,
that.
you might encourage something, like, hey,
Yeah.
let's get this guy's gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Get this
Yeah, it is definitely, you don't have to worry about, like, oh, is this gun concealed? Is it, like, am I printing? Or
Yeah, it's right there. You're like, yeah, done. I'm ready for action, man. and I don't have to care. It is. It's a neat feeling. But my town is so small, people be like, what the hell do you care? You know what I mean? I would get that like 80 times probably.
yeah.
Tell them, what the frick are you doing open carry? You know what I mean? It would just be a weird thing, and it would start circulating around Facebook, and it would be this whole weird thing. I mean, this is a small
Have you
town.
seen this man?
Have you seen Cello freaking carrying?
Well, and that's peer pressure working the other way.
It is, and it's like I just don't want to deal with the whole. Well, I would love the fact that it could create a conversation, but it would just be stupid. I don't know. It's just weird.
It has the possibility to simply create a hassle.
Yeah. When all I want to do is just have my gun on me more, because I'm one of those. I'm a 60%er carrier, and I want to be a 99% carrier. And so that's why this whole pocket thing's been working out.
Is it a comfort thing for you, or like a hassle thing, or like a job thing?
Well, at work, it's weird because I have to tuck my shirt in. I have a super tuck, but I'm not going to wear a fucking concealed carry at my sales job, So that's when I'm pocket carrying, which is cool. Or I bring the little Maxpedition, fat boy thing, side thing.
Yeah.
So it's just it's one of those things, and it's unfortunate that I live in a really safe area. So it's one of those. I mean, I know that's when it happens, but it's a very low crime situation. So I'm lazy about it. Like, I don't need it.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? But then I got, like the other night, I don't know if you heard, I was telling the guy followed me home after I passed him in a snowstorm, and he couldn't handle it emotionally. And it was like, well, it's friggin' the stupidest, and all I had was my pepper spray. But gun was needed in that situation, and I didn't have it. And I was like, I got to keep one in the car at least if I'm not going to carry. Because seriously, because that would have eliminated that situation. And again, I can't. The reason I don't keep it in my car right now is it's like 8 below zero.
Yeah.
And I mean, the shit's like, if I bring it in from outside, it's like condensation builds up on it. It's like,
Right.
I don't want to keep my gun out in the car right now. It's gonna
feel
weird about
I don't feel comfortable, because of the oils and the lubrication.
Yeah.
When it goes below the freezing point, and it stays there, of having the gun that I'm going to depend on, having the oils, get down and stay at 10 degrees.
I just need to remember, and this is something I should practice, and I'm just like realizing it now. Well, even if I'm not going to carry, I should remember to grab the gun every time and at least bring it and put it in the car. So at least I have that part covered. You know what I mean?
Another method I have of winter carry that works, again, it doesn't work well during the summer, but when you compare it to having to dig underneath all your layers of clothes, suddenly it doesn't look so bad, is I went out and bought, this is from Walmart, and I purposely bought a Walmart, outdoor brand, little Merce. And my Glock 26 fits in here just fine. And but I can easily just strap it around, put it on, and nobody gives me a second look for thought. And yet, I keep it dead center by my belt. I don't keep it on my side or behind me. I keep it up front, so nobody can come up from behind
Yep.
and try to get to it or try to undo it, because it connects right up next to the side is where it connects.
You know what I should get? You know, now that you're holding it there, you know, we have like 5 ski areas in my town, and all the ski patrol, they wear the radios strapped right to the center of their chest, and they're walking around shopping at the supermarket and stuff. Like, imagine if I could put if I had a jacket where I could put the thing right in the front, they would just think I was like off-duty ski patrol. But yet it's like what you have, and I got my gun in there. That would actually be a great position. I like that. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It's not a fast draw, but compared to trying to get to my holster that's under 4 different layers of clothing, it is fast.
Exactly.
So.
And I don't carry my that Maxpedition Fat Boy thing as much as I should, even though it's convenient because it has that pistol pocket, and it's like slightly below hip level, so it actually is very easy to just open the zipper and grab it.
All the models that I saw of a Merce that came from whether it be 511 or somebody else, it was clearly to whether it be law enforcement or anybody who knows anything about guns, said, gee, that guy's carrying a gun.
Yeah, you're right, because it is a weird looking thing.
I went with, whether it's Target or Walmart or whatever, get some off-brand, regular color, doesn't look tactical, yet is able to fit a gun of your choice in it.
Exactly.
So when people think, oh, he just he's got his wallet and his GPS.
That's very nothing fancy of you, Dano. I agree. He's right. I mean, it's I wish it wasn't unfashionable to wear a fanny pack, because man, I used to love wearing. I loved having fanny packs. You could put a ton of crap in there.
Well, I mean, it's I like having more than one option, and pocket carry works a lot. Sometimes this works better. It just depends on what I'm doing and where I'm going.
So are all you guys watching the Super Bowl? Or going to, rather? Does it matter to you?
I won't be, because I view professional sports only, all of them. I believe it's just like watching IBM and the stock market. You're watching a business. You're not watching.
Well, that's an interesting point. Now, let's say you had like $100 on the game.
Okay, well,
is that not business for me?
Well, gambling is different. I'm just talking about being a fan. I could be a fan of, like, if I knew somebody playing on the team, that would change things. But as far as like college team, I could be all about that, because it's about the game and the best athletes. It's not about the contract and did he not catch it because he's not happy with the coach that day, because he's got an attitude, because he's been coddled his whole life.
You're really reading into it. Like, well, football's the only sport that I enjoy, and I do, and I wouldn't say like I'm not like here, put $100 on the game. We play different. I play in these $5 pools where you pick every game, and if you win, 80 people's $5. You win $400. So in football squares, they said no. I literally make a small career out of just these little mini pools, and on a typical year, I usually win $2,000 or $3,000, and it gets me through. And so, and the Super Bowl is it. It's the last time, and all we do is the stupid football squares. Obviously, you guys know, doing the squares from at all the pools, all the bars. $20 a square. That's what these are. So this is a $2,000 pool. I only got $60 into it, but if we win, I mean, we have the chance to win a couple grand, or I do. So but I would be if it wasn't for that, and I love fantasy football. It just, it's a pastime. It's the only, and that's what it's for. I'm not obsessed with it though.
And fantasy football is different because you're involved, but professional sports, sitting on the couch, you're just watching. And you're not even watching the game. You're watching a tube.
Although I agree, I've been to a couple of football games. I'd rather be watching the Super Bowl on the couch, watching a nice TV, Although now that it's in Arizona, that's a little different. I would have liked to have gone there, but not because of the football game, because it was in Arizona and I'm sick of winter already. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to go to a winter place for it, but I mean, to
Yeah.
go to a place where it's not freezing cold, to literally hear the roar of the crowd
Mm.
is different when you can't get that over the TV.
And the Patriots are my team. You know, it's the New England. You know, so there's that part. Of course, I gotta embrace that a little bit.
Yeah,
Even if we do cheat a little bit every now and then.
well, let me give you an example. I live in Illinois, and so the Chicago Bears are the Illinois team. Yet none of the Chicago Bears are that play on first string are actually from Illinois.
Yeah, that's the thing that gets me too. is
Yeah.
that,
I have no skin in the game. I have no horse that's running. I
Right.
mean, why would I care about what some guy from North Carolina and some other guys from Colorado and somebody from Wisconsin and somebody else from Indiana, how they interact? Who cares?
You know, and the unusual thing about the Patriots, and you know, I understand your point, is this is Bill Belichick is such a phenomenal. He's going to go down as, if not the best coach in history, one of the top 5 best football coaches in history. So the cool thing is watching him take whoever's on their team and getting the most out of them. The Pats are definitely an interesting team compared to other football teams, which are like what you said, Daniel, a little bit more like, well, let's put a team together, let's just grab who we can and see how we do. You know, the Pats, New England's weird. New Englanders are, and I'm not one of them, but most of them are beyond obsessive when it comes to the Bruins and the Red Sox. I mean, it's actually sickening to me. It's like people, their whole life revolves around like a Red Sox game, and I'm like, oh my God, there's 160 games a year. You know what I mean?
Let me give you one more analogy. Would you cheer on Grey's Anatomy?
That's interesting. I'm not
Would you
sure.
cheer
Yeah.
on Law and Order? Go Law and Order in the ratings. Go!
Yeah, but that's got a predetermined outcome. Not to say that football doesn't, but
Actors are paid for performance just like athletes with contracts.
right. But it's a one-time performance, Dano.
And so is theirs. They have seasons. They have season endings, which is going to make or break that show or their career.
Yeah.
Now, I can enjoy a show. I'm not going to go, oh, go show, go.
I've never thought of it like that.
But if you think of actors and athletes, what's really the difference? They both get paid a lot. They both have contracts. They both have seasons. And literally, their career's on the line in their performance.
Yeah. It's a different type of theater, Dano. That's the difference, I think.
Okay.
Because, you know, I don't watch Grey's Anatomy, but I'll watch The Walking Dead. Okay, are they really that different? Well, yeah, the storylines are,
I like
but
to
it's the
watch
same
The Walking
thing.
Dead, but I don't cheer them on and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe The Walking Dead lost last night. Oh my goodness.
But you know what? You look forward to the Monday night chat. So how is that different than looking forward to the Super Bowl then? See? Huh? So you know what I mean? Hey, what happened? What happened on Walking Dead last night? Well, what happened in the game?
Is a derivative. The word fan is a derivative for fanatic.
Exactly.
Now, how many people think fanatics are a good thing? All raise your hand. Fanaticism is a good thing. Anybody? Any from ISIS out there?
You got to be fanatic about something. You need something to kill you, to break the ice every now and then. That's what I'm saying. Even though I know it's maybe a mind-numbing distraction.
I'm raising both of my hands, by the way. I had to stop what I was doing and come back on. Yes, raising both hands. Fully fanatical.
Yeah, see?
I'm not a fundamentalist, but I do like having fun.
Exactly.
I said I got both hands up. Both hands.
Oh, okay. Fanaticism is good.
So there you go.
So Island is going to be moving to the
Daniel, that's a
middle.
no from you. You're not watching the game.
Oh,
Basically, you're not watching the game.
I'm about 25 minutes away from going somewhere to watch the game.
Yeah, I am as well. So that to
I was
give you
gonna-
the half-hour mark, I'm leaving just after 6. Thankfully, I
Well-
can literally see the house from here that I'm going to, which
Oh,
is
nice.
so convenient.
I realize we're all in different time zones, but does the game start in 25 minutes or 55
Oh, that's
minutes?
a really
About
good
an hour.
question. It says, well, it says 6 to 10, but I'll tell you what, the kickoff probably won't be until 20 to 7.
Well, and I was thinking 1:30 my time, so that'll be a little less than an hour from right now.
Yeah, I'd say an hour from now they'll be playing the game or starting the game.
Right. I was saying kickoff.
Plan on in about 45 minutes. It gearing up to it being about started.
I will cheer football.
Hey, and Katy Perry is doing the halftime, and she is one hot mama.
Pretty cute.
She can put my fence up anytime she'd like.
I will cheer football when most of society begins to cheer the shooting sports.
Well, there's a lot of people that do cheer.
Let's say I want a lot more.
Okay. Well, then you need to make sports shooting as entertaining to the masses as football is to the masses.
Maybe you should start a new website.
Maybe if we had Game of Thrones but with guns and they actually shot each other.
Boy, I saw that
Coliseum.
that movie
Like
John
Gladiator.
Wick. I watched that John Wick movie like 2 weeks ago. If you like gunplay, it's certainly there. he triple taps about 87 guys in the movie. I'm not even joking.
Well, just make it. And plus, he was shooting 9mm for most of that, so that's fine.
It really was. He triple taps. He even shoots people after they're he stabs them. I think he goes up and makes sure they're done.
Is this movie on Netflix?
No, it's actually just
Not yet.
released. I think at the friggin' it's on that. Whatever. Edge gave me that link where
It's
American
It
Sniper.
should be coming out on DVD anytime soon if it's.
I'm gonna put the link in the internal. My computer handles this without problems, and my software virus blocker blocks anything. So it's a kind of do at your own risk, but
Gotcha.
I've had really good success with this, and I've watched. It's called several unreleased movies. It's great.
We'll just leave it at that.
Exactly.
Where's the link?
I'm making sure I got the link right. Hold on.
Hey, believe me, when it's about movies for, let's call it, low cost, I'm all for that.
There you go. So good luck with that, and they got American, whatever. It's all good. It's all good.
And I'm assuming from what you put there that there are multiple choices.
Oh God, yeah. And it's one of those ones too where if one time it doesn't, there's 40% of them will not run. It just doesn't for some reason. But it seemed like the ones that I wanted, the more recent ones did. And sometimes you just have to refresh, and then okay, it works this time. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But again, make sure your firewall is on.
Oh, okay.
Make sure the firewall is on.
Alrighty.
Because I lost my last computer to a hard drive virus, so I'm pretty particular. And this, for me, it was great because this is the first time it ever worked.
Yeah, when I've gotten a few tips in the past, it never works.
Exactly, and that's what killed me. I was trying to watch Lone Survivor a year ago, and I just got into it was like a cluster bomb of pop-ups.
But you couldn't turn them off fast enough.
Oh,
I
I couldn't, and I had no updated antivirus, and my computer just shit the bed. And now I have literally hundreds of videos and thousands of pictures on a corrupted hard drive that I could probably get off, but it's probably going to cost me $150 just to get them transferred, which I'll pay someday. Or I'm going to give it to my friend and say, hey, there's no Harry on this, but can you salvage those 1,000 pictures?
As long as they're all PG.
I didn't believe in the cloud. No, they're all my pussycat, man. And I
Oh.
lost my cats last year, so I kind of want them. I don't have a lot of,
You don't have your putty tats no more?
No, one of them died of cancer. The other one just didn't come home last summer.
Wow.
He was 15, the one that didn't come home. His time was, he got eaten by a critter, but the other one was very
Well,
difficult.
How
Wow.
far out of town did you drop them off?
Yeah. No, I'm obsessive fanatical about the cats. I'm probably
I thought
cork
so.
level. I'm cork level.
Because I remember when we were talking about it, that was when I realized you weren't necessarily a dog person because you
No,
had
I'm
a
not. I love the
Well,
cats, man. I've
cork
had
level,
really good luck with them.
cork level is like almost psychiatrically disturbing because he won't type on his keyboard if he has a cat on his lap
Yeah. Well,
because he doesn't want to move the cat.
Yeah.
well, that's why I said, cork level. It doesn't mean I am cork level, but you say it as a joke to be like, wow, he really is passionate.
Yeah. I mean,
He is borderline.
He is passionate about them kitties.
yeah, I mean, he would rather not gently pick up the cat and gently set it down.
Why
And
would
then
you do that? Would you like someone to come up and move you off the couch?
gently.
Wait a minute. Who's paying for the lifestyle that I'm leading at that
Yeah.
time? I would probably be very tolerant of that if I got to just lay around, eat shit, and whatnot at my own leisure. Otherwise,
Yeah, but see, now that's a dog-minded person thinking right there.
Yeah, well, that's my problem, Cello. Is I'm a dog person that doesn't have a dog. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's an interesting thing with the cats. You either just really like
My
them or
cats
you
respond to snaps like you do for a dog when you snap your fingers and stuff like that. I have my cats trained to that. I don't go here kitty kitty bullshit.
There you
Fuck
go.
all
Yeah,
that.
you talk to them like little people, and that they respect you.
By the way, has Chris said anything in this entire chat?
No, he's working for the NFA.
Yeah, he just skulked in here, and that was, well, but I'm like, I understand. Well, because we were private for a while, that's what he came in. So I like to, I don't want to join in sometimes, but if you're off air, it's kind of nice to know what you're talking about.
Right.
Even though we're still live, who knows if there's anybody.
I didn't realize we were off air for the first however long it was. It's like, well, I'm sure somebody might enjoy just listening.
Oh, so this tells you here. So it says 2 viewers. That's it at the bottom. Okay. So yeah, we're not, curing cancer here tonight. So.
No, but there's somebody out there that's being entertained by.
I hope so.
Yes.
Well,
Robbie.
I think one of them is me. I think one of them is me that I have as an open link.
Well, here's the thing, Cello.
You and
Since
Robbie.
it's not on gun channels, if you put out that link for your YouTube a little more often, you might get a few more viewers.
Well, this is the other thing. This is my actual Tactical 6-string channel. The one that I have to join regular Hangouts is not the Tactical 6-string. So this, I don't know if this is confusing people or not. You know what I mean? But who cares? I'm not, like I said.
You know how it is. You put a link in that external.
Obviously,
People
I can't stop talking, so I needed to vent some talk.
There you
So I'm like, yeah, chat, let's do this.
must jibba jabba.
Let's do this. Let's get it done. Boy, it's almost a full moon. Almost out there.
Dude, it's 12:42.
Dude, it's 5:42 here, and it's almost completely night, and the moon's full, right in front of my sliding glass door here.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
You doing it over the phone because you have some particular things, or they don't do online orders?
What do you mean? No, I'm gonna order it offline, online.
Offline, online.
Online. I'm gonna order it off the internet online.
You're gonna actually use a landline?
Gotcha.
You're gonna call him up? What?
No, he's gonna go click that shit tomorrow. Is what he's saying.
I'd click it
there's
today,
some
man. Get that shit going.
I just thought maybe you wanted to talk to him about, an option or something before you actually.
Tomorrow's Monday, gun shops aren't open. You might be able to get the FFL info to them.
What are you talking about?
That's what I mean. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow morning.
Oh, did you check that from Gun Channel or Gun Watcher?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
Is that the folder?
Yep.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I love folders, especially side folders.
I thought the one in the link.
No, it says folder.
Yeah, it says-
SLGNG.
Oh, right.
They have two. They have two of the same. One's more expensive, so I'm guessing they get them from different distributors, so they're priced different.
That seems like a nice price for that. I think that's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Quality.
You should get a 545, but that's just me.
I mean, I have an underfolder.
I have too much ammo for this.
Yeah, exactly. You're already committed one way.
I kind of split the difference between AR ammo and AK ammo, so I'm not committed to each. But then again, that creates its own problem.
I'm weighted heavily on the AR side, but then again, I have 3 to feed and only 1 AK to feed. I don't know if I have. No, actually, that's false. I'd say about 3,500 rounds of 223 and 5.56.
That's why it's easy, because I can just buy one caliber, because I only have an AK for that, so I can just stockpile that.
Right.
It's not that it's like I'm too worried about the money, it's just, I don't know, it's just simple. I always have
That's
AK.
why I'm not sure if I want to get a 40 cal or 45, and but I have 3 9mm. But that's just easy, and I already got thousands of rounds of it. Unlike good guy who finds 1 round at the range and buys a gun just to reload for that one. It's like, dude, slow down, man. You've found, get yourself into a little bit of hole there.
He picks his calibers before he decides to pick what kind of gun he wants.
I know. He's like, he says, man.
Hey, I found this cartridge. What kind of gun should I get for it?
I'm buying a 1911 because I found 20 cartridges.
Yeah. And I can reload them all again and again and again.
Yep. Yep, I have yet to get the 45. I think that's on the list. Maybe I might even get an XDM 45. That would make me happy.
I don't have a 45, but
This
if
would make.
I did, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alan.
I was gonna say this right here that I just linked would make me happy.
Let's have a look
Take
at
a look.
this.
I see Vepper.
Pepper, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
If I had the place to shoot it regularly over 100 yards, I'd probably drool a little bit more.
Well, the problem with that one is the magazines.
Yeah,
That's
right.
that's the issue with that. But I don't feel like I would need to, because when I saw one that was for like $9.99 and it was a 20-inch barrel, so it was 3 inches shorter and all that. I started thinking, I'm like, well, I'm going to replace the furniture with this and that, and by the time it's done, it's going to be just as much as this one, and this one I wouldn't have to change anything really.
I think, but like with Kalishnikov or whatever the heck it is, what is it? Coming USA.
Yes, and so it's rad.
They might have hinted that they might make one of these, so I maybe would wait. See if there's a version that you can get for $800.
About the 54R that I've always wondered is because of the rim cartridge. How do they stack them in the magazine? You would think that the rims would.
Well, you see how it's already like an AK. It's got that bend in it, right?
Right.
And
So one goes in front of the other, kind of.
And usually they're a single stack magazine.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was the deal.
Like when you load the Mosin, the gun, you should put one down and slide it backwards. One down and slide it backwards. You know what I mean? It's not that obvious, but that's so each rim is in front of the rim of the bullet behind it, and then it slightly angles down. So there is a method to it, and it's not just toss them in and it works. So there are issues with that. Because of the fact that there's a rim.
It was just never clear to me how they resolved it.
Yep.
So I want that TRR8, and I want one of those, and I do want an AK. So I don't know that I'm going to end up with any combination of that before the year is over. But I know that I'll have at least one of those 3.
Yep.
Because then the rest of it, I just want ammo and mags for everything else that I got for the most part.
If you get a TRR8, I think I'd have to get one too, just because then that's someone I can actually see that someone I know has one, and I'm like, oh my god.
I think Ohio 45 ACP has one, and I think Robbie has one, but I'm not sure. Okay. Because I know that there's at least 2 other guys out in the chat from time to time that have definitely been very, very supportive.
My only problem with how that gun is that it's like, I like it for its utilitarian approach to it, because it has 8 rounds of 357. It's got a rail so you can put light on it, so it makes it a pretty good option. but that it costs that much money, I'd be so afraid to like scratch it and that
What?
kind of stuff.
Who makes this gun?
Smith and Wesson.
It's
Oh,
basically a Smith and Wesson
revolver?
It's an end frame revolver that is built on a scandium frame, so it's super lightweight, but it's chambered in 357, so you get 8 rounds.
Okay, that one.
Yeah. And you
I've
can
just
mount
never
the
seen a
object to
revolver
the
with
top.
a-
You can mount the light to or laser to the bottom. And on that one in particular, the rails are removable.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's anywhere from 1100 to 1400, depending on where, you know. Literally, could be as much as that rifle I just put in there. Literally.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't want to have happen on my next gun, but
Is what?
it turning into $1,300.
Oh, I hear you, man.
Like that AR pistol, I mean, yeah, Never Enough can tell you all he wants. It's only $700 to build an AR. But if you upgrade anything in there and actually put sights on it, you're into your gun for. That's why I put that link in for the Midwest Industries pistol. Cause it's $875 with the $170 Midwest Industries rail. That's like an unbelievable deal. And again, I only saved like $100 building it myself, literally. And if without the optic on there, without the sights on there, without that upgraded safety on there, I might have had $800 into it. But with all that crap, it's $1,300. That's a $1,300 friggin' pistol you're looking at.
Bam.
And I got a $25 muzzle brake on it, and it was still $1,300. Shit, man. Those sights say those Troy sights have Ruger printed on them because they were built for an SR 5.56. I got them on eBay for $130 for the pair, which is a great deal, but they say Ruger.
And you don't give no shits about
And
that.
that's a UTG riser, my friends. That's a UTG front rail. So, and it's not like things are cheap, man.
You have to eliminate the word cheap and go with practical.
Or inexpensive.
Well, it is UTG USA.
Or inexpensive.
But that rail, you know how hard it is to find a riser for like a TRL, the 25, those TRS 25s? There's literally 3 mounts in the world, and this is one of them.
I would think
Fotis
more of
makes
them-
one. It's $100. The other one's the SIG one, and that's 22. I don't know if I trust that. And there's this UTG one. The one that came with this Hollow Sun is way too high, and none of the aim point mounts, the aim point micro mounts, fit this. Which is the reason why Halo Sun actually has a T1 mountable sight for $160, which is probably what I should have got. But
that's one of the more common red dots out there.
yeah.
Whereas there's only 3 variations.
Oh yeah, I mean they make micro mounts, but they don't make. What is it? It's 3/4. It's 13 16ths high to get the proper 1/3 co-witness on most sites, and most of the risers are actually an inch, and it makes a big difference.
Well, I mean, granted, on your pistol you probably couldn't do this, but if it was on your rifle, you could just add the cheek riser to the buttstock.
Right, but see, on the rifle, I've got the Aimpoint Pro, and we got no issues there. We got the
Okay,
room
I
mount.
was gonna say, there's no
$180 mount on that thing. So it's again, it's one of the detractors of these little red dot, these micros. Another one. Did you watch that Larry Vickers video of him building an Aimpoint Pro?
the 4-parter or what have you.
Yeah, it's pretty damn cool, man. And it shows, I mean, boy, you watch that video and you do gain respect that, man, these guys are definitely putting quality into their build.
I gotta say this about Larry. Like, he's like your uncle, right? Like, sometimes you know he's been through the shit, but then other times you're like, Uncle Larry, you're just full of shit.
Shut the fuck up.
But
Exactly.
I have to admit, I thoroughly enjoy his channel.
Yeah, I
Good.
just sub to him in the last few months, and there's some good videos on there.
Like he went and tested the what was it, the 40 millimeter handheld grenade launchers a couple months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just gets to go to the range where the military gets to go test it, and he's out there, and so the other guys got helmets and they're camouflage and shit on, and then there's Larry. It's just like gut hanging over the edge of his belt, kind of a shit-eating grin on, and he's gonna go out there and he's gonna lob a couple of fucking rounds down range. I'm like, that's just a great job.
Well, kind of backtracking here again, Dano. If it's locked on me, and you can see how I have my sling on the upper AR here. Now I got an ASAP end plate on there. However, the sling's attached to the stock on this one because I have the QD on the stock, and so I can mount that either on the stock or on the end plate on that particular AR. So I kind of got the best of both going there.
Right.
So that's what's neat about it.
Yeah,
all these.
If you're building one from scratch, it makes all the sense in the world, to put before the castle nut, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, mine came with a kit from Palmetto. I ended up selling it on eBay because you're right. I mean, it still comes with one. Even and it's like, well, I might as well just get the one I want now. And I ended up. It's amazing that people buy that stuff. You know what's amazing to me? I got to notice because I bid on it. There's just an AR bolt. It's a Palmetto State bolt on eBay right now. The bid is up to $43. You can buy it from Palmetto State for $24. Brand new. I just don't understand that. And I want to go in there and comment, what are you people thinking?
No, don't do that.
I know. I'm just saying, it's such a weird thing. My parts kit from from Palmetto was $50, and it came with the Magpul enhanced trigger guard, the Magpul grip, and then their standard parts kit. I sold the safety and the trigger for I think $48. So I got to keep all the parts for $1. It's like people just are lazy, or maybe they think. Well, the one thing I think is they go, well, crap, if I buy, I can buy this Palmetto State on eBay, I'm probably going to get it in 3 days. Where if I order from Palmetto State, I'm probably going to wait 2 weeks. So I think that has something to do with it. Because there's a little bit more responsibility on eBay. If you don't ship that in the first 2 days, you're going to have problems. But I just think it's amazing, and it's kind of, I'm amazed what people will buy on eBay. I sold my Xbox, wasn't even working. Oh yeah, $30.
Well, what'd you get for your self-respect?
Oh, I love that. I'm a business, Dano. It's a business. I cheer on my eBay.
There you go. That's your team, right? That's what you're feeling.
See what I did there?
Yeah, you and your eBayers.
You know who we are.
Yeah. We're everywhere.
You know who we are.
Yeah, we're walking down the street, we can see you.
Hey, I'm proud of being an eBayer, man. I don't know why my voice is going. It's not like I don't get enough sleep. Maybe I'm getting sick. Is that a sign you're getting sick?
Those rags you smoke, what?
Yeah, as I'm about to light one up. Maybe it's the dryness.
Well, what time are you guys running this till? Or who's actually running?
I don't know. I'd say about 10 minutes we're done.
Did you start it up, Cello?
Yeah, I believe so. With your help.
Yes,
I don't know. I think I did. I have the stop broadcast button in front of me.
Well, you are the man.
You're in charge.
So let me ask you this: if I hit stop broadcast, will it just go off air?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, and then you just close the window and that shuts it off.
And then we continue to talk behind everybody's back.
Right. Maybe we should. But I got nothing to say today. It's good. This will be one of the rare days that I drink a beer or two. I'm not even interested in doing it, but it'll just be because everybody else is.
Well, that's the thing. If I end up drinking, I'm not coming home tonight. So.
Well, I predict a killer spread over there. Usually, people bring out the homemade enchiladas and the all kinds of cool food, and I just show up and, hey, what's for dinner?
Yeah,
That's kind of
somebody
how I'm rolling this
They're
time.
fine with that, you know, and so I'm kind of psyched to get some good eats. And a beer
Is
goes
it somebody's
good
home or
eats.
is it at a restaurant? Or?
Yeah, it's a friend of mine's house. It's a good guy. He literally lives about 500 yards from my house. And
That'd be a good stumble home.
yeah, if I had to, I could. I'm not gonna get sloshed. Right? I'll probably only go there to halftime, and then come home and enjoy the rest of the game from here, because those guys will all be blottoed. And he's one of those guys that he's always been the wood stove guy. So I guarantee he's got that place at about 79 degrees, and it's gonna drain the life out of me.
It's gonna be easy to sit down.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. He's got about comfortable seating for only about 6 people, and then another 4 people to 8 on bar stools and things in his kitchen area, which it's all open air. But yeah, if you get in that couch seat, you can pass out pretty easily.
So that'd be the VIP section with the
It
velvet.
is. You gotta. Well, that's what happens. Someone gets it for like 20 minutes, and if they get up to eat, maybe if they go out for a butt, you can assume the position. Nothing's called there, except for his recliner.
I was gonna say nothing. It's claimed, right? Isn't that what it was on?
Yeah, it's not like nothing's claimed. You gotta claim that shit. You know, it's not. Hey, I got the middle.
This is how I save up for my upcoming class.
Nice.
There you go.
There you go.
If you can eat
dinner
a
or candy-
vegetable every once in a while, you'll be doing all right.
There you go.
Oh, feel the energy as we speak. So, and again, so this is a house I'm going to go to where, these guys are going to be pretty fanatical about every positive Patriots play.
So when they get crushed,
annoying.
it's going to be very bad.
They're not going to. I think they're going to blow away Seattle.
I didn't mean when. I meant when. I meant
they are going to blow Seattle away. I predict a 30. I'm going to say 38-21 Pats win.
Wow.
Exactly. I'm predicting a blowout. And I'm not just saying. The Patriots are very dynamic, my friend. And they've been there.
Yep, they've lost the last 2 times to the Giants, so I guess it's good they're not playing them.
Fuck the Giants, okay? Right now, those Giants are motherfucking assholes. The Giants they're my most hated team because they lose when they should win and they win when they should lose. And that baby Manning, fuck the Giants. I hate the Giants.
I like how you said the baby
That was
Manning.
such bullshit. That I'll tell you what though, in that Super Bowl, I won $1,900 in football squares. People were leaving the bar crying, and I'm like, I hit 2 squares. I'm like, oh yeah, it sucks that they lost. I won $1,850.
Can I buy you a drink?
It was awesome. Everybody was like, they were half pissed at me, and they were all depressed. I'm like, it's a football game. I won $1,800.
You do remember the '85 Patriots and how well they did?
Oh my God, dude! Do you know how hard it was being a Patriots fan from the '80s through the late '90s? There was
almost as hard as being a Packers fan.
Exactly.
1 point. Not 1 point did they score for the Super Bowl.
Oh, and then what was it? The Bears beat us 38-10, didn't they? And was that 82 or something, or was that 85?
It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was 38-10 we got beat. So,
I seem to
remember
remember a team from the Midwest beating you guys as well in like 95 or so.
Yeah, well, we sucked. We were hard to watch.
But you know what? I think I saw something the other day. It's like you've been to the Super Bowl 6 out of 12 times. Like 6 out of 12 years or something like that.
Exactly. And so they made up for lost time. I mean, it's insane that we're in our 6th Super Bowl here.
Yeah. That's what Cub fans keep saying.
No, the Cubs don't make it to the World Series. There's a difference.
Yeah, the Red Sox always beat everybody.
And the Patriots have won, like, out of those 6, I think they've won 4.
Well, they won 3 of the 5. So this is the 6th.
Okay.
Or no, this is the 6th for Brady, actually, rather. And they won 3 of those previous 5, I believe.
Yes.
So
the only 2 that they had lost with Brady was the 2 to Baby Manning.
Yeah, Baby Manning. fucking game is so hard to watch. Ugh. And I'm usually, and I'll tell you right now, I'm Mr. Lucky. Last year was like the first year I didn't win a Super Bowl square that since I can remember.
And you're like,
So-
well, what the hell's up with this?
Same thing happened this year. I only played seven squares. I won 5 of them. I mean, they hate me. I love that they hate me this time.
It's a good thing.
Exactly. I'm going to go off air till we can stay, and then I'm just stopping the broadcast, so we'll just chat off air for a little. So
Happy
for
Super Bowl, everybody.
Happy Super Bowl. Go Pats. Whatever.
We're all getting this Cooking with Dano.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. We're off.
We're with